In August of 2010, Bob Norrie, his dog Bella, and his two co-workers were hiking into the Boise National Forest to do a tree survey. After setting up camp that evening, Bob went to sleep. When Bob got up in the morning, Bella was nowhere to be found, so he set out to find her.
I didn't get very far. 5 minutes down the trail, I see her laying in the middle of the trail, and she looks up at me. And I go up to Bella and I go, "What are you doing? What are you doing laying here like this?" And I walked up to her, and then when I got within about 15 feet, I saw this cable all over the place and blood everywhere. And I was just, oh my God, like, what's going on here? And it was just surreal. It was my dog. And then I looked, and her foot was missing, and the cable was wrapped up around her torso a couple of times. It was wrapped around her leg 2 or 3 times. The snare had gotten her around the neck.
Bob and his friends worked quickly to untangle and cut away the snare from Bella. They rushed her off to a veterinarian hours away. Unfortunately, the wounds that Bella had suffered from were so severe that her leg had to be amputated.
The shock of seeing your dog the first time with only 3 legs is just an incredible experience that you'll never forget.
Bob was so traumatized by the event that he wasn't going to rest until he found out who had set the snare that nearly killed Bella. Even Bob's friends at the Forest Service were unaware that these snares were being set on federal lands under their jurisdiction. Bob's investigation finally led him to an official at a federal agency called Wildlife Services.
I get paid to notice little details. I notice if I'm walking down a trail 2 days in a row, I notice if a twig is overturned. There was no sign. I just bit my tongue the whole time. And I kept questioning why there was no flagging hanging around the traps. I mean, the animals aren't going to be scared off because of that. Or why isn't there a sign? What happened? That's when the state director stood there with his arms out like this and says, looking down at me going, "Well, we really don't have to tell anybody what we're doing." I was flabbergasted.
We don't have to answer to anyone. Unfortunately, this is the attitude of Wildlife Services when it comes to the general public, pets, and wildlife. Predator Defense is working hard to expose Wildlife Services atrocities, but we need your help.
Think about an animal trapped in one of these snares, wrapped up like Bella, for 3-4 days, till they slowly die. That's pathetic.